we go. Good morning, people. Everything seems to have broken. All of my bits and pieces are in the wrong place. This is what happens when you skip out on things. And I think I'm a bit sick. This is what I get for going outside. I went outside and now I'm ill. How are you all doing? Surprised, no doubt, whenever you're seeing this. It's Saturday morning. Here instead of in the cartoons. Now, like I was just saying, things seem to have got a little bit weird. So all of my that's the wrong browser. That might be why. How about if we make it the right browser? How do I make it the right browser again? Double click on you. Yes. That's definitely not what that is. This one. There we go. Okay. That's better. That's more correct. For a moment, I couldn't find the character that we were using. So today we're going to be playing for Gura's Fellows once again. We just finished escaping via the dungeon, the caverns of the burning slaves, and we had died, if memory serves us correctly. So camo seems, for some reason, look at that, it's going to turn into a very small corner camera. No, we don't want it to be a very small corner camera. We'd like it to be a not small. Oh, and we don't. Spoilers aren't a problem anymore. We can make that go away. Shoo. Was that visible on all the scenes? Oh no, it was only visible on one scene. I'm a terrible person. Okay, cool. So that's that. So yes, our barbarian Resma found what they were looking for, and they leveled up, and they died. But they managed to cheat death. They made not just a little bit of cheating death, completely cheated death. Death was like, oh, you. And so, yeah, we got money. We got money, we got time, we got places to be, we got places to go. We should probably get the hex roll open. So yeah, we ran into a skeleton in a weird place, like an arena. We ran into them, and they got out a black pudding, and the black pudding killed us. So that was a moment. That was a mood. We were very, very surprised by being murdered by the slime. Oh, I should probably not that anyone goes on it, but I should probably go onto Twitch and update the details on the Twitch. Shall we do that? Let's do that. So what we're going to do today is go to edit. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go to edit, and we're going to go here, and we go morning crew, Gura's Fellows, solo. What are we doing? PBTA. Solo PBTA. Yeah, fine. Everything else is fine. Cool. Done. Oh wow! Someone followed me. I presume it was one of my chummers. So whoever followed me and whenever they followed me, thanks. You've managed to achieve my goal. I suppose I should probably update my goal now, right? Maybe 5 followers sounds like the next objectives. I'll try and remember how to do that. I think you go into where do you go? You go into not video producer. No one's going to video producer. If we go into community, no, that's not it. I don't know. I'll figure it out at some point. Viewer rewards? I don't have any rewards for you. There's no rewards here. We have nothing. Right. Anyway, so just to remind you where we were and why we've called it Gura's Fellows, right? So the reason we called it Gura's Fellows is I was randomly creating worlds in Hexroll which is a very cool site, hexroll.app. And I go to it. Go to hexroll.app. Go. And we randomly rolled a city, and the city's name is Gura, which meant that had to be this had to be the land. This is the one that we were going to make our own. And you go, well, there's not much there. Well, the bonus is that we can add, not like that. We can add. Get me out. Where was it? If we unlock it, we can go here, and then we can add a new kingdom. Right, so you can create new realms. So that's cool. So we can add new stuff as required. What I'll probably do is add some islands, because I like doing a bit of island hopping. I think it's fun. And we'd just left here. I think we had, Caverns of the Burning Slaves. So we've just left for Caverns of the Burning Slaves. We also leveled up, and so I was thinking about leveling up and how leveling up should work. Right. So a kind of traditional PBTA approach. Right. So up to level 5, a barbarian can, at a level up, either increase body, mind, self, or gain a point of luck. We've got 3 options to gain a new skill, 3 options to gain a new move, and an option to gain 1 extra bruised level of harm, right? And then at level 5 plus, they can get an extra point of body, which means the maximum body they can get is 3, right? And everything else is kind of stuck at where it is at the end of level 1. At the end of level 5. And they can get advanced body. So that's where you can go, you could get rolls above 12, right? So you can get critical successes. You could advance and move, same again. You could get a new skill, advanced skills, new moves, harm, and luck. So in total, you could get 12 points of luck via the leveling up system. As in, well, yeah, you can get 2 points of luck, which will take you up to the total of 9, right? Because you start off with lucky 7. And that's the leveling up process. And so it's 10, 20, 40, no, not 40, 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 50, not 50, 60 words, numbers. One comes after another, you see. It's always very hard to remember that. But that's what the level up structure is going to be. So for the first level of leveling up for Resma, I think we're going to get. I took that extra point of body. So Resma's got 2 bodies, so we get +2 on all their body rolls. So cool. That's what we did there. Okay, now. If memory serves me correctly, back in the day, in the old PBTA, in the Dungeon World PBTA, there was a role for travelling, right, from point A to point B. Because, you don't really hex crawl in the same way that you hex crawl in Dungeons and Dragons. So do we want to take on that? I think we probably do, right? So, and the other thing that I've still not done, of course, in the browser is that I've still not set up my PBTA. And I was just thinking about doing that now. Should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? I don't know. Does everyone know how to set up a PBTA sheet in thingy? It's it's in a different window, which is a bit of a nuisance. So if I went to browsers and I went here, if we went if I just take one of these existing ones, if I take Apocalypse World, and I don't worry about NPCs. No one cares about the NPCs, right? So if we went here, right? So what we do here is we set up for 2d6. This is a standard thingy. I think there's a critical success option at some point. I'll check that out. The stats are not those. The stats are what we got: body, mind, and not nubd, mind, This is what happens when I've got to kind of tilt my head in order to see. And self, right? So self, body, mind, and self, right? Mind, self, and then max 10 in an XP slot, resources hold, number armor, yeah, that's cool. Clock, that's for harm, yeah, fine. I'd do something else differently, probably. Yeah, I'd probably use this harm conditions, right? But anyway, right, so you'd save that up. Oh, sugar, I do need the NPC. All right, cool, fine, right, let's get the NPC then. Here you go, NPC moves. Stick the NPC in, kind of ignore it, doesn't matter. Oh, that's fine, yeah. I don't really think age is any use. Yeah, look, drive, moves, fine. Save. NPC.equipment type is required and must have at least one equipment type. It doesn't have an equipment type in here. NPC moves. They've clearly updated this and not updated their example sheets. Cool. So if I go here and we go here. Sorry, this is very boring. I didn't mean on doing this. I should stop. NPC equipment types gear save. There we go. And now you could go into here, create an actor, ignore the error message, go Resma, for example. It's not right? And then we get a character sheet that looks like the character sheet that we want, which is cool, which is useful, which is nice. We like it. It pleases us. Probably get rid of the clock, get the harm conditions. Yeah, ways to think about this. Options. There are options, right? I suppose this kind of takes care of. When we look at the sheet, right? Camo, right? So when we look at the sheet that we've got, right, having a harm clock independent of the harmed conditions means that we just don't end up with lots of bruised boxes. So that's something to bear in mind. Have a separate harm clock and a condition clock. Yeah, we'll think about that. That's something to think about. And self only has one F. I didn't know if you know that, but it does. So, there we go. That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's all fine, everybody. So, what I was talking about getting from point A to point B. And we're talking about Resma getting from point A to point B, so he's going to try and he's going to move across. And I think, really, that travel is... It's half mind and half body, isn't it? So let's use mind in this case, right? Or maybe we should just have a flat roll. Maybe it shouldn't be modified by anything. Just flat 2d6 roll to see how it goes. An 8. So we get there, but there's something happens. So I think on the way, Resma is intercepted by a collection of bandits. Right? Sounds good. Sounds like a thing that we want to have happen to Resma. So we get where's my pens? Here we are. We've got pens. Bandits, right. Bandits. Share a little roll to see what kind of bandits we're thinking about. What's their creature crafted descriptors? 32. 32 is frightening. Ooh. 54 is mandibles. There's some kind of insectoid creatures, right? They got big old mandibles. They've been they're the remnants of a military expedition into into this area, and they've been cut off from their military force, and now here they are. There's like 30 of them. And there's Resma. So let's do some other thinking about this. Right, let's go into the browser. Resma the Barbarian story. Our chaos rating's 5. Fair enough. Come on, in. Right. So, and we found some insectoid warriors. Let's do a little Google search for an insectoid warriors. Image. What do we think it looks like? Nah, they look too cool. Maybe. What do we think? You don't know. That one looks very cool. Yeah. Right. Insectoid Warriors. Was there like a game that was Insectoid Warriors? Maybe. I can't find anything good right now. We'll worry about it later. What do they look like? So yeah. So on the way back to Gura, Rasma finds themselves in the middle of a group of insectoid bandits. What would be good if there was a random species name generator? That'd be really useful. Let's have a look. Is there a random species name generator? Random species name generator. Yeah, there we go. Good old fantasy name generator. Gudians. Cool. That sounds like we're looking for the Gudians. The question is this going to paste? Yeah, that's it. Warrior bandits, Gudian warriors. So yeah, they've clearly been kind of detached, and now they're hunting for food. So frightening, and mandibles. Now, what are we going to do? I think, first off, our barbarian Resma is going to attempt to convince them that they're like, drop all of your things and we'll let you leave. And he's like, well, I'm not going to drop all my things. So we're going to do a little bit of a social roll on self. 7, it's a success with a consequence. So he's trying to convince them not to steal all his stuff, and they're like, "Well, give us that bag of that bag." He's like, "Well, I could give you this bag of gems, right?" And they're like, "You have gems?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've got gems. Here, you can have these." That seems like enough gems for us to leave. And he goes, well, that would be fine. I mean, I don't care what you do with the gems, but I just don't want to have to kill all 40 of you because it seems like a trial. And they're like, well, you couldn't kill all 40 of us. And he's like, I reckon I could. And they're like, well, you go along now. And he's like, I'll go along now. And so he scooches around them and gives them a bag of gems, and they're all very pleased with this, right? So he defuses that situation and makes it back to the city of Gura, which is let's go see it. Let's go see the city of Gura. Everyone wants to see the city of Gura. Camo? Yeah. No. Browser. We were already in it. So, Gura. Oh, what's the weather like? It is 7. And we were going to say we're in the wet season before getting into the warm season, right? 7. It's rainy. This is to be expected. So it's a fine misty kind of hue of rain across everything. And he kind of stomps into town, pays the gateway tax, and is in, right. So this is Gura. We can presume that we came in through an east gate. So is there anything we can see that's immediately interesting off of the east gate? No. Grocers, Tanner, no. So what we do is we go and we meet up with the person that wanted the thing back. I can't remember what the thing was, and I can't remember who the person was, but we met them in a bar. And then if we remember, which bars did we go to? If we go back to the city of Gura and we go to the list of drinking establishments, I seem to remember we went to the Black Torch Tavern first, right? Because we went to a Black Torch Tavern, and then members of the Dark Followers tried to ambush us. I mean, we don't know that we're members of the Dark Followers, but that's what we were. And we didn't find anything useful here. And then we moved on from here. Back to the city of Gura, and we went to, was it the Gloomy Troll Tavern? I don't know where we went to next. Anyway, we went to another bar. Went to another inn. It was this one. No. Yeah? It was this one. Herod of Riverborn, custom fit armor is somewhere in the Burning Slaves, right? And Herod of Riverborn, so 390 GP is like too much. We'll go 39 coins, right? That Resma will get for returning this item. So we already had 21 coins left, so we're up to 50 coins. We're rolling in it, kids. 50 coins. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to buy some more dungeon rations, and we replaced our adventuring gear, but we need bandages. Oh no, we lost everything because and we're completely bald as well. All of our hair as we have walked here has fallen out. All of their hair is gone. We are now, unless we find some kind of magical solution, permanently bald everywhere. Smooth is what we are, because of the underground radiation room that irradiated us. So we need to buy all this stuff again, and we probably need to look into, I don't know, some artificial. Oh no, we found some adventuring gear in a little cubby hole, didn't we? So that's why we had adventuring gear. So we've still got adventuring gear. But we need to buy dungeon rations, we need some bandages, and we need some poultices. So what we need is we'll need to go and see what we can find in the various locations. This place has a fur hat. Maybe we want a fur hat. Maybe a fur hat will help to keep things out of our eyes. We also need some more clothes, because we've just got some rags around us at the moment. We'll buy a fur hat. So that'll help keep the gunk out of our eyes now that we don't have any eyebrows. Fur hat. That costs 2 coins. So we've got 48 coins. We're going to need 48 coins. And they're very happy that we gave them back their armor. Over the moon, one might say. So, back to the city of Gura. Let's go to the bathhouse. That sounds like a good idea. It's probably reasonably early in the morning. a smoking pipe, and what? Okay, host. She's short. She has a short brown ponytail, wide green eyes, and a missing tooth. How much does it cost to have a bath? Not much, I presume. I do think I'm getting sick. Where'd my pencil go? Who ate my pencil? There it is. I reckon that'll cost us a coin, 47 coins. Does anything interesting happen in the bath? Let's have a look. How are you doing in the bath, my boy? My man, my old guy. Anything happen in the bath? Anything happen in the baths? Question mark. 88. That's a no. Hard no. Nothing exciting happens in the baths. This is good. He's done with exciting. He's had far too many exciting things happen to him in town already. There are a whole bunch of people who try to kidnap him. Tea. So that's good. Nothing exciting happens. We will then. Now that we finish with the bath, let's go back to the city of Gura and armor and weapons. Bakeries. Do we feel like going to get some baked goods? Probably not. Sabato's scissors. We've bathed. We probably need some shoes. Doesn't have lists of what the shoes are. Okay, right. So we're going to buy some new clothes. We're going to say that costs us 5 coins. Right. So that takes us down to 43 coins to get clothes. So we're now... And by clothes, we mean kind of like more new furs. So we've got a replenishment of furs. City Gura. Dark market. So this is kind of adventuring gear. So we can say we can pick up adventuring gear for 20 coins. Is it? Let's go get the Dungeon World Manual, shall we? But if you think holy, so we're not going to have holy symbols, but Dungeon World. I've got a Dungeon World Oracle deck. There we go, Dungeon World. I clicked on it and now it's saying it needs to re-download. You've upset me, computer. There we go. Clickety click. Equipment. No magic items. Here we go. Equipment. Adventuring equipment. Dungeon gear. Yeah, normally 20 coins. I reckon because Gura is a thriving city, we could probably get it at that price, right? Let's roll 2d6 to see how our purchasing goes, right? So let's use a mind roll. It's a 10, so we can get anything we want for the price that it is in the book. So we'll get adventuring gear. Oh no, we've got adventuring gear. We need dungeon herbs. Dungeon rations. So that's 3 coins for the dungeon rations. So 40, 43, 41. That gives us dungeon rations. 2, 3, 4, 5. We want some bandages. Bandages will set us back 5 coins. So that's 36 and 5. We get 3 uses of bandages and poultices and herbs. 2 uses slow, 10 coins. Right? So that takes us down to 26 coins. And we get 2 uses of those. And we've got a fur hat. Times are good. Times are good. So that's just me drinking Drinking my last night tea. Hello, it's me. How you doing? Having fun? Having a good day? It's what day is it? It's Saturday. You know, hence it being Saturday morning fun times. Sorry, I just had a drive through RPG thingy over my chat readout there, so I probably missed you and you ran away and off doing exciting things. I mean, it is Saturday morning to, prime time for excitement. It's 7 p.m. here. I did that yesterday, right? So I was supposed to be streaming Star Trek yesterday, but I didn't because I finished work, fell asleep, because I'm lazy, not because I work hard. I definitely don't work hard. I fell asleep and then I woke up like 10 minutes before I was supposed to do stuff, and I was like, I can't be doing it. So 7 p.m. That's kind of East Asia, right? That's ahead, right? Somewhere over there. India's like 7.5 hours, right? Something like that. That's cool. Nice to have you here. I'm remarkably unexciting, and I'm just pottering through, doing some re-prep after the character here, Resma the barbarian, died, but managed to cheat death, so lived. They got consumed by a black pudding, so yeah, that was traumatic for them. But now they're back in town and they're re-equipping, and we're going to see if we could get some new rumors, and all that kind of good stuff. See if we can find somewhere else to go rob. So yeah, that's where we are. That's what we're doing. We just kind of repurchased stuff, so that's good. We've managed to spend pretty much all the money that we made on re-equipping, because of course, being eaten by a black pudding, all of our gear was destroyed. But fortunately, all of the quest relevant items were not destroyed. I'm only so cruel to myself, or my players. I'm far nicer to my players than I am to me. What's this? This is the merchant. So we're here at the merchant. Is lost. Decorated sword is lost, so claimed. Secret. Decorated sword is lost. What's that? Merchant has bulging eyes. Decorated sword is lost. Secret. This is actually a sword plus one wishes, and it's currently somewhere in the Temple of Betraying Pit. Oh, that sounds like there's a rumour there, doesn't it? From this merchant. So what we're going to do is do a can we discern realities, right? Get a clue kind of role. So that's going to be using mind, I expect. Mind for this barbarian. Not very good. -1. So let's see. Wow. Happy days. That's an 11. We're all over it. Pops in, has a chat to this merchant, Taranthia, and they're like, they're looking a bit sullen, and they're like, so what's going on? And they like look at us, and they think, wow, you seem like you're really trustworthy, and we're like, yeah, we are. We're really trustworthy. We're wonderful. We're very trustworthy types. And look, I've lost a sword, and it'd be great if you could find it for us. And I'm like, okay, where's the sword? It's in a place called the Temple of the Betraying Pits. I'm like, oh, really? Well, that sounds ominous, doesn't it? An ominous place to put my things. If I was going to put them somewhere, the Temple of the Betraying Pits maybe wouldn't be it. Well, I mean, Resma is kind of, sounds like there's a good old scrap in a place called Betraying Pits. And they're like, yes, almost certainly. Oh, cool. How about I go and see if I can find it for you after I have a wee nap, because I've not slept yet. I've been out on the march, so I wouldn't mind having a wee nap. But then I'll head out and I'll see if I can find your sword for you, Taranthia. So we should probably make a note of that. So unlike last time where I'd forgotten who I had talked to in order to get job. Let's make a note of this job. So someone is looking for their sword. Pasty, and it's Tyranthia of Gura. So she's looking for her sword. Tyranthia of Gura, and that sounds like the starter of an op. I suppose because we got the 12, so I reckon she roughly knows where this Temple of the Betraying Pits is. Where is it? Ooh, that looks like it's a long way away. Wonderful. So that's here in the Dragon Furry Timberlands. Dragon Fury, not furry, but Dragon Fury Timberlands, not the Dragon Furry Timberlands. Very different sets of things happen there. A lot more exciting, I find it. I suspect if you go to the Furry Timberlands. So that's across the mountains and in the Dragon Furry Furylands. Dragon Furylands. So. Okay, right. Well, that's exciting. There's not even a path. I mean, mountain hiking. Oh, that sounds like a horrifying event for our barbarian. But the barbarian has no worries in doing that kind of a march. Okay, so actually, we're probably going to need to buy a second set of rations because there's good chance that there and back will take us a while. And specifically finding it, right? Because we just know that it's over here. So from here, we'll have to start doing a look around. Dragon Furry, exactly, right? Dragon Furry Timberlands. That's a recipe for disaster. So yeah, we're gonna buy some more. Buy a second set of rations, which will set us back another 5 coins. Yeah, I mean, there's nowhere over there to get rations from, so we're gonna have to get a second set of rations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets us back 5 coins, so we're down to 21 coins, and yeah, let's go, and it's about a village in the mountains. It's a castle. Interesting. Okay. Narrow winding trails. That's exciting. We'll see what on earth goes. So one thing that I do is a bit of a shame that they don't have castle map generators in here. They've only got city map, like settlement maps and dungeon maps. Having a castle map would be pretty swell. But hey ho, that's where we are. We are where we are. And where we are is here. So, in the Stargazer Forest, City of Gura, I feel that he's definitely going to have to go and enjoy a night's worth of drinking somewhere. Fearless Unicorn Lodge. It sounds like a place. There it is, over there. What food can we get? Stewed tenders of fish marinated in honey and herbs. It's stewed fillet of chicken. That's an interesting thing to do to a fillet of chicken. And glazed with ale and cooked rice. Stewed chunks of pork with gut and garlic and wine. Oh, that sounds delightful. And barbecued chunks of shellfish. Chunks of shellfish. I mean, possible. I mean, they could be huge shellfish, couldn't they? Vast shellfish. But I feel that. And it's right. Okay, it's 1d4 for the menu. There's my d4s. Come to me, d4. The worst of the dice, the least pleasant dice to roll of them all. I can't see one. They're so unpleasant that they've hidden themselves. I hate d4s. Let's go. 2. So the menu is stewed fillet of chicken glazed with ale and served with cooked rice. Definitely the least pleasant dice to step on. My goodness. The This is why I wear slippers. Too many times have I stood on too often have I stood on dice or bits of Lego or other such things. So now the slippers save me. Yes. So what else have we got on this menu? Stewed fillet of fish with honey and herbs. Barbecued slices of meat, could be anything. With baked potato. Oh, that sounds good. And barbecued chunks of chicken glazed with ale and served with baked potato. Well, I think barbecued chunks of chicken and yeah. So I mean, I when I play with people, I'm almost all online, right? Because everyone I know is remote. But I kind of feel for the solo stuff, I need things to hold on to, things to hold on to, and streams to body double with. Otherwise, I just procrastinate all day long. So he buys buys himself the barbecue chicken, enjoys the barbecue chicken, and we're refreshed, right? And the question is, whilst carousing here, do we get into trouble? 8, and we're carousing. We're not particularly good at carousing, but we do it a lot. Thank you. So I got a bunch of dice I've got dice from everywhere. I've never gone out and purchased really fancy dice. The fanciest dice I've got are these. So I've got a set like this from a friend got me for Christmas. They're metal. They're outrageous. They're very heavy, but they're very cool. So what was I just thinking about? Oh yes, carousing. 8. Did I just roll an 8? I think I did, didn't I? Did I? Yes, let's presume I did. So that means we can grab a rumor. And help requested. An heirloom of sentimental value was stolen from me. I reward anyone kind enough to bring it back. Yours, Trimore Riverbone. Well, we should probably go meet. Let me bring you back over here. We should probably go meet Trimore Riverbone to see if we can figure out what's going on there. But also, what's the rumor that we find? 1. Trimore Riverbone's contraption, actually an elemental summoning device, is somewhere in the Tomb of Twisted Blood. Well, that's a very convenient combination of things there that I've got. So we're around talking and we find that out. But I think it cost us money, right? So we had to buy some drinks. So we're going to sacrifice another couple of coins for buying drinks. And yeah, we're good. We're good. So we know this. Copy that. Stick it in our wee list of stuff. And we know this, right? So this gives us another place that we kind of need to go, right? So we need to go check out this Tomb of Twisted Blood. Where is the Tomb of Twisted Blood? Let's see where it is. And then, wow, okay. Oh, no, this was right in the opposite direction. Okay. And let's see, can we find out, anything about where this is? I see. So I've got. Well, I mean, I can show you, right? I mean, I don't have that many dice. So this is my dice, right? But that's that's kind of 20 years worth of dice collection, right? So not that many dice. My problem is games, right? I just own so many RPGs, which is why I got into solo playing, because I can only do like one session with people in a week. Like, yeah, so I only get one session with people, maybe 2 on a good week. Whereas I've got like 1,000 RPGs to play. It's ridiculous. Okay, right. Yeah, we want to see. Can we find out from anyone in this bar as to whereabouts the? Wow, that's a great roll. So I'm really worrying about these rolls. We've got quite a few 12s, and so I'm kind of fearful that when we get when we get into these dungeons, we're going to get some pretty bad rolls. So with a 12, that means that we're good, right? So we kind of we pretty much know where the Tomb of the Twisted Blood is. And we pretty much know where the Tomb of Twisted Blood is. Where was this called? This is just north of Battle-Worn Ridge, right? So if we put north of Battle-Worn Ridge, by the time we get there, north of Battle-Born Ridge, and then we had the other one, which is over here, which is past Heartseeker Crags in the Dragon Fury Timberlands. So that was for Tyranthia. That was for the Tyranthia Gura stuff, right? So that's past Heartbreak. That Heartseeker, not Heartbreaker. Heartseeker. You should probably come over here. There you go. You can see the stuff now. Sorry. I always forget to go back and forth between the thingamajiggies. It's just a curse that I have. What was I doing? Oh yes, yeah. So we're past Heartseeker Crags. Crags in the Dragon Fury Timberlands. Sounds like a clothes shop in the Dragon Fury Timberlands. Cool, right? So that's where that is. Okay, so I feel like we've not tried to be kidnapped again, and that's all gone well. So if we go back to the city of Gura, and we go, where do we want to? Where's a lodge? All right, here's a lodge. Fearless Unicorn Lodge. Bench and a roof. There we go. So coin for a bench and a roof. That's that was where we already were, right? So this is at some point we're going to need to regenerate some of these quests as well. Bench and a roof. Yeah, so that's another coin. The money just disappears. But no doubt, Raznar is like, whenever I am in towns, it is as if the money is being sucked from my purse, like a Draconian leech has clung itself to me. And he's very, very disappointed by the way that he has actually ended up coming back to town and having less money than when he started. He did, of course, lose all of his stuff, but also we should see if we can find a buyer for this weird machine. Actually, we saw something earlier, didn't we? In one of the pubs we were in. This one. Oh, no, right. So this is Tomb of a Twisted Blood, so this won't be the contraption we're talking about. Let's see if we can find someone to purchase this. Yeah, the dice are awesome, right? When you kind of have them sat there looking at it. Definitely eye candies. Yeah, I like it. Though I can presume if one owned children, they'd be problematic because they definitely look like candy, right? Fortunately, not a problem. Let's roll for... Yeah, have we managed to find someone to purchase this weird device off of us? 7. And I think they've got a mind of -1. So I reckon they've not managed to find anyone. Or... Hold on. So 7 is like something bad happens. Right, so... Well, 6 even is something bad happens. What do we think happens? I reckon... whilst they're going around and trying to get this weird machine sold, they attract the attention of something. What do we attract the attention of? Let's just go to the creature crafter, shall we? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. So if we go to the creature crafter, we roll the descriptor. Oh, first of all, let's ask Mythic, right? Sounds better. Let's ask Mythic. Fake question. Is the attention from a noble? Question mark, right? Is the attention from a noble? Yes. Okay. So, we'll keep a note of this because this is probably going to be important. While attempting to sell the weird box with tubes and cogs, tubes and dials and things, we attract the attention of some noble lord. What should we do on traits and flaws, skills, motivations, identity, personality? 56, an irresponsible lord, a nervous, irresponsible lord. Nervous, and irresponsible. What are their motivations? 20, emotion. 6, art. Okay, motivations, emotion, and art. Okay, and then what are some of their traits and flaws? Got it. Strange. Block. Okay. Strange block. Did I do one on identity? No, yeah, I did personality, right? So, and then have I got something down here? Noble house? What's this do? Create military. So their noble house is into creating military. So their noble house is building their military force. But they're more interested in their art, right? So they're more interested in their art. We kind of presume that we've gained their ire for some reason. Okay. Well, we'll see if this fleshes out in the future. But I think so we've gained their attention, and after a certain period of time, they'll do something to try and get it, right? And maybe they're not doing anything because they're nervous, but they're also irresponsible. So they're not kind of taking their role in the family seriously, right? This noble is shirking their responsibility to follow their arts. They're kind of an outcast in their family because they're kind of strange. And the family's they're a militaristic family looking to build up their forces. Why do they want the box? That's a question and a half, right? Why do they want the box? If we kind of just hit descriptions, meaning. So that's not really the best table for what I'm thinking about. Okay. Well, let's. They know that we've got it. They want it. They clearly don't just want to pay for it. So, what's with his behavior tables? No, that's not really what we're looking for. Okay, so that's them. We should probably give them a name. Random fancy names. Here we come. Markov chain name generator. Generate random to. We'll call them partail. That's not where I want to be. I want to be here. Partail. And what's the family name? Verts? That sounds... Vlaze? Vlaze. That sounds like a name. Partail of House Vlaze. If you ever used Markov tables, they're cool. If you ever want to kind of make names that sound legit but aren't actual names, right? Markov chains are a really good way of doing that. So you can... They kind of naturally decay words, so there's a kind of predict how they'll sound in the future, because some Russian analyzed how language changed over time. I think we were Russian. I mean, their name's Markov. Their surname was Markov, so it seems that kind of way. Cool. So what we should probably do is add this person to our thread list, right? Partail of House Vlaze. Partail of House Vlaze. Intends to take the machine, right? Update. So that's that. We'll think about that. We'll keep that as a thing that's going. Also, there are some other things in the thread list that we should probably add that are happening, right? So there's the people attempting to free the black dragon. That's something we saw lots of references to in our last dungeon. Also, it's something that's happening because I've got another party playing in this world, and that's what they're trying to do. Right. Players. Wonderful. I love players. Players are great. Right. So we've got that. We've had a sleep. We're ready to go for the next day. We're going to leave the machine in... we leave the machine in a lock box in the lodge. Right. That will cost us a coin as well. So we're down to 11 coins. But we're prepped and ready to go, right? Oh, goodness, I'm feeling rather ill. I'm getting iller by the minute. This is what I get for going to a concert. Never leave the house. This is my advice to you, humans. Never leave the house. It's not worth it. It's never going to go well. You're going to get ill, and you're going to be tired, and it's going to be sad. So don't do it. Stay inside where it's safe. On the other hand, I've not got out of my pajamas, so, it's not that bad of a day. Let me just check my Discords. Anything happening in the world? Stay inside. It's safe inside. I don't know why people keep on insisting on going out. But there was an Ado concert, so I went to see that, and it was fun. And I met a bunch of old folks who I've not seen in years. So that was fun. Okay, no one sent me weird messages. I'm good. I can keep on going. Ugh, I am feeling ill, though. Right, top bananas. What are we doing? We're going to go for one of these two places. I reckon because we found out about it first, we're going to go for... We're going to head to Dragon Fury. Although, I mean, it will take us quite a while to get past these mountains. Whereas we can probably get down here to this place, Tomb of a Twisted Blood, in like a couple of days. Whereas it'll take us like probably 3 days to get past this mess. If we went 1, 2, 3, and might get us out there. No, I reckon we could go. We'd have to go this way. Let's do it. Let's go over the mountains. What could possibly go wrong? We're a battle-hardened barbarian. Over the mountains is the way to go. Right, this first mountain. Let's see. Fortunately, it is mostly going to be a body roll. So the travel roll is going to be a body roll for day 1. 9 plus 2. So we got a 9 plus the body of 2. That's an 11. Where from a physical point of view, we managed to do the mountaineering without a problem. Let's see if something tries to annoy us, right? If we roll a 1, something annoys us. That's a 2. Nothing tries to annoy us. So we get through this hex, and we have a little rest. So that's going to cost us that's going to cost us a dungeon ration. Well, we're saying these are probably 1 mile hexes, so we probably do manage to get the 2 hexes along, right? So we get to this weird castle browser. Back to the browser. So the immense castle of Alviva of Riverbone can be found near the base of a steep cliff. Alvira, a level 8 fighter, took over the lands here after a bloody battle. She has painted skin decorations, deep blue comb, blah blah blah. Member of the Hammers of Revival. What's the weather like? 3, snowy. But I reckon. Do we think we're going to go? Oh, let's go for it, right? Go to see if we can get into the have a chill out in a little castle, right? Yeah, let's see, right? We'll presume that the castle's en route, right? Because that kind of makes sense. Let's update. Make sure we haven't lost that. So we managed to travel across the first day with ease. Don't even need to use any adventuring gear. It's all fine. It's a fake question. Does Aviva... Was that their name? Aviva? Alviva. Does Alviva allow guests to stay overnight at the castle? Question mark. I reckon it's unlikely. But she does. Okay. We get to stay at the castle. Let's roll for how we present ourselves while staying at this here castle, right? Come back. Camo. And we're trying not to. We're just being our normal barbarian self. I think. I don't think that we're trying to put on airs. So we'll just do a self roll, right? Ooh, okay, right. That's a bad number. That's under 6. So a complication, a hard move occurs, right? So I think whilst we're there, Alviva, Alviva. We sat there, kind of going through our food. We're everything's fine. We're in our little hovel on in the castle. We've got a room, and we go. Alviva sends some. There seems to be an increasing number of guards around our accommodation, right? And I think Resma is gonna go. Do you know what? I reckon I'm gonna try and escape, right? Because this doesn't look too good. So Resma's gonna try and bolt it over the walls, right, and run away. That's a 10 because it's a body roll. So overnight, these guards start to gather around Resma's location, and he legs it, right? And he gets away cleanly. And in the castle, you see the guards at some point rush into the room, and they attack for the bed to grab him. But all they do is they grab bundles of clothes and stuff, right? And he's gone. And Alviva is very, very angry because she wanted to sacrifice him to one of her gods, right? Went to stay at the castle Alviva, but decided to leave late at night as they seemed a bit sus. Off camera, off scene, Alviva's troops try to capture the barbarian. So Alviva can sacrifice him. So I kind of feel that Resma is going to take this to heart. Resma is definitely not the kind of person to sit back and not get revenge on betrayal, and this feels like a betrayal. So Resma will most definitely at some point come back and rob this castle, maybe burn it to the ground. Either way, Alviva's gonna get punished for what they've done. So Resma swears they will return. They will return and get some kind of revenge. Right? That sounds about right. I also feel that that unexpected incident will increase our chaos rating by 1. But let's carry on traveling across the wastes, right? So we're here. We've got another day travel across these mountains. What's the weather like? 7. Frost and wind, deeply unpleasant. So let's see how we manage with our mountaineering efforts. That's a 9 plus our body, 11. We're good, right? So we managed to get out of the mountains. If we roll a 1, yeah, so we get a 6. So that's no bad guys. So the next day we have ended up here in a giant red, purple, and blue mushrooms grow beside the trees here. Their color is vibrant and bright, much like gemstones. Several caravans are circling a large campfire deep in the woods. The sound of singing can be heard from afar. Oh, well, we're definitely going to go over and check out what that is. Fellow travelers are always great fun. And there's a canvas-covered blue-colored wagon owned by somebody. Somebody with tiny eyes, short almond hair, and almost all these characters have a missing tooth. We're gonna have to work on the descriptions for this random generator. It is quite funny. Oh, there's a whole bunch of caravans here. My word! Wow. I wasn't expecting this. This is exciting. Oh, there's a whole group of people to carouse with. There's a member of the Dark Followers here. We've had an encounter with them. Isn't a random singing voice almost certainly trouble? But Resma is the kind of person who goes towards trouble. Right? When you see characters, and you're like, no, don't do that. That's a terrible idea. Resma is that character. Resma is very much, there's something, there's clearly something over there in the darkness. I should go and check it out because I'm huge and nothing could possibly worry me. So Resma, I feel, is very much the head towards stuff kind of person. So what we see here, we see a large collection of caravans. And we will, as always, attempt to be our normal, friendly, enjoyable, well-loved self that everyone enjoys so much. That's an 8. That's an 8. That's success with consequences. What have we got going on here? So we've got Drakarian Gadius's caravan. Around the campfire, we've got Rikin of Valera, Alviva of Thelma, Minga of Valeria. So, if you didn't know, the reason that's funny is in England, the word Minga is also used to describe someone who one finds unattractive. There you go. Lesson of the day on English vernacular. If someone is a Minga or something is minging, it means that it is not very nice. Ironically, they have a dirty handkerchief. There you go. But we get one rumor, I suppose. 4. Avoid going to the Dragon Fairy Timberlands. There's an orc there. Oh, please, that's not worrying. Avoid going to the Dragon Fairy orcs because there's an orc. Please. Resma wears orc hide for fun. What's the weather like at the moment? It is 6. Rainy. So it's still raining. It rains a lot here. Let's just sit up a bit. My entire center torso is feeling miserable. But I reckon that the main consequence that we get here is that the Dark Followers. Dark Followers are a cult attempting a demon summoning ritual. Oh, exciting! I reckon that the downside is that Dark Followers are Dark Followers are attempting to raise the demon, right? Let's give up what they are. Collecting sacrifices for summoning the demon. A demon. Oh God! Don't let my other player know that, because my other player has decided that what they want to do is they want to raise this evil dream demon so they can turn it into drugs. That's what they want to do, because they did some of these wee demons' essence in when they were in a cave somewhere, and they went, oh, this is amazing stuff. I want more. And now they've made their entire game about bringing back this Black Dragon King and tracking down these evil demons to turn them into stuff. So, my players, they're wild people, I tell you. Cool, right. But we have a nice evening with these people, and none of them try to sacrifice us to anything. Well, hold on. Now that you just said that, how about we update, close? Fake question. Does the who is the person who's this one? Does Marwyn Doan's caravan? Marwyn Doan, he has wise brown eyes, 2-day stubble, and a missing tooth. They all have missing teeth. Everyone well, it's unsurprising. I mean, this is a fantasy world. I presume dental hygiene isn't very good. So, does Marwyn Don does Marwyn Don try to kidnap someone overnight? Question mark. Maybe. 1. Yes. Very much yes. Not only does Marwyn Don, but Marwyn Don has assistants. Let's just note down this question. We find a traveling caravan. So I think because it was an exceptional, yes, that they not only that they successfully have them kidnapped, and nobody knows, right? Yes, and nobody body notices the next day when everyone goes their separate ways, right? Now what would be useful is if I could go, okay, cool, we're good, we can get rid of move the caravan to somewhere else, right? I might see if there's a way I can do that later. I've been saying all this, and of course I'm not on a blasted screen, am I? So this is the caravan. All kinds of stuff in the caravan. Very exciting. I like that. So if you're playing like OSR, there's lots of really cool bits and pieces that you can buy from all these places. We've got a really good shopping list, gear list behind this, which is quite good fun. But unnecessary to us. Oh, yeah. Well, let's see if anyone knows where. We could just ask a mythic question, right? Does anyone know the way to the dungeon? Question mark. 45. Yes. Okay, cool. So someone tells us the direction to the dungeon. So we could get to the dungeon with relative ease in the morning. So it's been 3 days. Let's not mark off 2 of the rations, and we arrive at... that's not too... We made pretty good time, I think. So it's those 10s going across the mountains that really did it for us. That is kind of a benefit, I suppose, of the big, strong barbarian, is that they can do this kind of thing. What's the weather like when we get in? 10. Foggy. Ooh. Now, you've not heard my humorous criticism of this another one of my humorous criticisms of this random generator, right? Almost like all the dungeon entrances are either deep inside the mouth of a giant stone skeleton, or this one's got deep inside the trunk of an oak tree. That's different. But the other one that you see all the time is 5 foot underground. Like, there's just like people going around burying entrances to dungeons or sticking them in ginormous skulls. Yeah, exactly. My thoughts exactly. No, come back here, dice. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and go down into the dungeons and find the sword, right? We're looking for a sword. Are we looking for a sword? I think we're looking for a sword. No, we're looking for something down here anyway. No, we're looking for Trimmer of Riverborn's contraption, which is actually an elemental summoning device. Okay. Well, this will be a thing. That's one of the things we're looking for anyway. How big is this dungeon kind of officially? It's not very big. It's I'd say this is like an average size dungeon floor. Is probably what I'd say about this. So again, we have a big complaint that I have about the Hex Roll app is it only generates 1-level dungeons and they're ultra gonzo. Like so we're not going to use the actual dungeon. We're going to use we'll use another method for generating the dungeon. But so in here you'll see there's a blue dragon in here. This is the first level of a dungeon, right? So this room's got a blue dragon. What's this room got in it? This room's got just shriekers, so angry mushrooms. This room's got horned chameleons, level 5 hit dice monsters. So yeah, they're super all over the place. So this is definitely, if I was going to clean up Hex Roll, this is one of the things that I'd look at. Fat of a number of people who are missing teeth as their description. So it's this one? This is the one that we've got the decorated sword that we're looking for. Okay. Oh, and it's got someone's wife in it as well. So that's the other hilarious thing about this generator, right? It creates loads of rooms that have wives in them that have been captured, which is silly. But this is going to be the what's the dungeon called again? The Temple of the Betraying Pits. Let's at least get ourselves set up, because I'm not feeling very well, and I think I might bail shortly. But we are at the start of a dungeon. Maybe we'll resurrect our energies as we do this. So let's just move my keyboard a little bit out of the way. Let's move myself a little bit further to the left so that I can do this, like so. Yes, like that. So this dungeon is the temple of the Betraying Pits. Now, I think that we should have multi-level dungeons, because I like multi-level dungeons. I think they're fun. And I think because it's a temple, right? The first level of this dungeon should be the temple ruins. And I think we should probably do... So, one thing that we should probably always figure out... Let me hold... have I got another... I think I've got the... there's a different... I've got a different dungeon... One second. Let me just go over and grab something. Let me go have a look at something. Not you. You? Yes, you. Right. Quick look in here for something. What I've got in here, I've got... yes, you. Are you any good? Or... The other thing that might be interesting is... No, it's not in here. I've taken it out and put it somewhere. Oh, there it is. There it is, I can see. This one. Is this one? This isn't the one. Okay, there's another one somewhere. Got too many engines. That's what I got. That? No. Well, I do need to revisit that at some point. No. Odd. But does this have anything in it on this idea? Quick references. So this is kind of like a part engine, part system. Conditions, combats, gears, spells, domains. Not really interested in any of this stuff. What I'm interested in is procedure, quests, traveling, dungeons, dungeon theme. Right, that's kind of what we're after. So I have a dungeon theme table. We've got roll a number of themes depending on the size of a dungeon. So we roll a d6 to find out how large the dungeon is. Using this system. 6, very big. It's a huge dungeon. 4 themes. And then we roll a d66 4 times to find out what the themes are, right? So 62 is Unquiet Dead. Well, that makes a lot of sense. It's given it's a temple. Let's get all this junk out of my way. So themes. Unquiet Dead. Unquiet Dead. Next, 42. 42 is shadowy forces. Interesting. Shadowy forces. Okay. Next theme is 63. Bottomless hunger. Okay, this sounds like a horrifying dungeon. Bottomless hunger. And then last but not least, 25. 25 is invasion or infestation. Invasion / infestation. Right. Dungeons Foundation. Okay, I'd kind of like roll that for each floor that I was on. This first floor we know is built, right? Because it's a temple. Delving deeper, roll a d6 in each new area to determine what the PC finds. Dungeon traps, dungeon area. What else have we got in here? Treasure, settlements, creatures. More creatures. Okay. Keep that laying around. So these are the themes of the dungeon, right? So definitely the first level is going to be this abandoned temple, isn't it? And I reckon the abandoned temple itself is going to be pretty small. So that's like a +6 to our location rolls, right? So what we're going to do, much as before when we've used the random location generator, we will map out our locations on the map and we'll log our finds in the browser. So as we approach the initial area, 1d10, right? Yeah, we roll a d10 and we add 6 to it, right? Oh no, we add 3 to it. Yeah. Okay, so 7, so that's a 10, so that's a negative descriptor. So we have. We should probably add a new thingy, shouldn't we? Now that we think about it. Save this. Where's the here it is. Right, add a page into the tomb of the betraying pits. Right, that's where we are. Yeah, temple, not tomb. Oh, I wrote tomb over there. Why did I write tomb in here? Temple. Temple of the betraying pits. Right, so area 1. Nah, fiddlesticks. Area 1. PP 4. 3. Right. Negative descriptor. Next is 7. Another negative descriptor. And then last 6. 9. Object descriptor. OD. So ND, ND, OD. Let's get out our D100. 98. Watery. 15. 15. Colourful. Okay, colourful. Colourful and watery. Sounds like a swampy thing, doesn't it? Next, 13. Clue. 67. Ornate. Ornate clue is the next negative descriptor. Ornate clue. Let's have a quick check over here, right? Where it says negative, just so, yeah, negative. The descriptor is something that is negative or harmful to the player characters. Okay, fine. Ornate clue. 1. Abandoned, yeah. 15. Abandoned. Colourful and abandoned. Abandoned. Colourful. Lots of colourful. Whoever made this temple, big into colours. Big into colours that last. Which we're down for. We like colours that last, don't we? But, so, there's pools of poisoned liquid that emit colourful vapours. Right. Then we've got the ornate clue. So that sounds like it's probably a trap, right? A lever that has what do we think? Has a just decorative knob on the end, right? And then the object, right? Abandoned and colourful, right? And there is a old robe. Probably not an old robe, right? Because it's going to be something that will last. So, a colourful staff, right? Now, overarchingly, this is probably going to be like for a ruins of a chapel. Well, no, it's a temple, not a thingy. So, like a ruins of a offering. Room with a broken statue of some long forgotten deity, right? So that's what we're in. And if we go to our Wii map, and there's kind of like trees everywhere, right? So we kind of got to. If we kind of imagine there's a tree line just where you can't see it because I'm useless at everything. Yeah, tree lines. Then we've kind of come out of this tree line, and there's kind of like bits of ruined wall where there used to be, a thing. That's where the statue was. Yeah. Like so. And there's these pools of liquid. And there's this here lever, right? I'm a lever. And we are pools. Pools. So, well, we're going to try and get a clue from this here room. Now, we've got to consider that not the brightest spark, which is one of the reasons why we're doing it this way. 7 minus 1, 6. I reckon he's going to try and take a drink from one of the pools. And he's going to get affected by the vapors, which are kind of hallucinogenic. And he's going to try and pull the lever. Because, he assumes that the lever's got to do something. So he pulls the lever. And, well, let's ask. What happens when he pulls the lever? Over here, is there a effect, traits, flaws, general action, smells, sounds, visions? Trap? You got a trap one? No, of course you don't have a trap one. Why would you have a trap one? Click on that one. Magic item. Cold. Spell. Right. I reckon he is zapped by an ice bolt, right? His hand gets stuck to the lever. That's what happens, right? Freezes his hand to the lever. Probably so something comes along and eats him. So he's got hold of this lever, frozen on. He's hallucinating because he's drunk for thing. So if we go to our character sheet, here it is. We go to our wee character sheet. We'll go confused. It's probably what they are at the moment. So that gives another -1 to the roll and contextual issues, right? So, well, what we're going to try and do, of course, is just to smash the lever so we can get our hand off of it. Because, again, not a very clever chap. 6, 9, he does, but when he does, as he does, a beastie leaps out of the undergrowth and pushes him to the ground, right? So he's got this big snarling beastie on top of him. And it's pinned him down. He's gonna, in his standard fashion, I mean, he hasn't got. He's dropped his weapon, and he's gonna punch it in the side of the head, right? Try and throw it off of him. 9 plus for 2, that's an 11. So he grabs this beast by the scruff of its neck and just lobs it across this ruined room, right? And it crashes into the ground, and he leaps to his feet, and it kind of lets out a little whine and scurry. Does it scurry off? We'll go, this is kind of, so what he's going to do is try and scare it off now that he's thrown it off, right? He's going to use his size and the fact that he's got his big old hammer. I think he's currently got a big old hammer. I remember him finding a big old hammer. Oh no, he found a magical sword, didn't he? I think he did. We check with burn his slaves. Right. Resma. It's before the insectoids. Find a secret treasure room. Radiation. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Makes no difference. Roll. Right. With that, definitely doesn't scare it. It leaps at Resma again and bites him, causing a level of harm. Right. So, everything kind of does 2 harm unless otherwise noted, because otherwise nothing would hurt old Resma. Because his skin is tough. Okay, so it bites him, and I think it's going to bite him, and it's going to run away afterwards, right? I reckon it's going to do its damage and leave. It's not going to stick around to have a prolonged battle with Resma. That makes sense, right? Oh, we've got a failed roll there, didn't we? Have we had another one earlier? Yeah, we did. We had 2 failed rolls, so that's 2 points of experience that Resma has. So that's cool. That's nice. Throws off this beastie. He roars at it behind. Is it gonna? His second roar, it definitely feels more concerned now that Resma's angry. And he's still high as a kite with his -1 mind, and he's still like seeing things. Now the problem that he has is he's not sure whether or not what he's seeing is his hallucinations or something that's really there. So that's going to be exciting for him. We should probably make a big note that he's hallucinating, so when I stop, I'm not going to forget. Hallucinating. Spelt hallucinating. Not like that. Spelled like that. Probably give him a note somewhere. But, hallucinating. This giant bald man, no hair on him at all, wearing a fur hat and other furs, is now like, yeah. Hallucinate. Too many letters. Hallucinate. Right, so that's that's our boy Resma at the moment. Hallucinating all over the shop. Cool. Top bananas. Things are going well for him. So that's the first room of this wee temple. So he's going to move on. Right, he's going to stumble. Well, what he's going to do is he's going to try and put some of his poultice on his bruise, on his bite marks on his shoulder, and try and get rid of that. So let's go here. But what I'm fascinated by is how his efforts to do like medicine to himself are gonna work whilst he is off of his rocker, right? So I reckon we need a mind roll to do this. That's a 5. So he doesn't do that. He doesn't manage to do it. He kind of just drops his stuff on the floor and sits there and cries for a little while. Really lets out his emotions. Hallucinating. Tries to use his healing items, but can't, and just sits there and cries for a little while. Fun. He's having a great time. What he really needs to do is succeed in some roles, but that's going to be difficult. This is one of the things that people complain about, why they don't have. Why something like Dungeons and Dragons doesn't have these kinds of like effects for any substantial period of time. any like effects related to damage taken, right? Because when you end up in the death spiral, but I think that's part of the fun. Wandering around with a high barbarian. So the barbarian's going to kind of stand up and stumble onto the next area. Still looking for a way down into this here dungeon, right? So what do we get in the next room? We get a 2 plus 4, right? So a 6. So expected return, right? Well, that's fine. So the next area 2, right? Expected return. 4 plus 4, 8. Encounter description. Oh, this should be fun. And a 10 plus 4, 14 object descriptor. PP 4. So the expected return. So when it says return, so it normally means going back to an area that you've been to before. But I mean, this is the second area, so and everything out here is kind of open. So I reckon that this room is going to have this kind of, I don't know how people. It's got some collapsed columns in it. All right. Yeah, we got some bits and pieces. It's all kind of rickety, rockety. Ruined walls. A bit of a tree growing through this wall, like so. Clearly, it had like stairs leading. Some nice stairs and a nice path leading up there at some point, right? But I reckon what this is going to have is it's going to have a somewhat down. It's going to have a somewhat broken old stairway going down, right? That feels like something that should be, it's only a small dungeon area, and what we're trying to find is a way down, not out. But there's an encounter in here as well. So the expected return, we're going to turn into stairs down. The encounter description. What's the encounter description going to be? 1, abandoned. Okay. 6, beautiful. The encounter description. Encounter abandoned and beautiful. The question is our boy just completely off his rocker? 90 for the object description is threatening. 40. Threatening, fragrant. Don't know what that means. But I reckon, again, that it's going to be a statue of a angry deity, right? That's going to be the thing. I think the encounter is interesting, right? Beautiful. We'll roll another kind of bit of a descriptor on it. Beautiful, abandoned, 68. Plant. Okay, well that's right. Okay, right. Beautiful, abandoned plant. Interesting. I think wary, alert as a starting state. Wary and alert. Plant-based person. Who is beautiful and has been abandoned. Who's beautiful and been abandoned. Okay. Now, our boy is our boy's not in a great way. He's kind of like, what on earth? Why is there a talking plant? And you kind of think plants. So kind of like maybe something fey, right? Something fey. And well, it's going to be a social encounter. And well, fortunately, social encounter will run out of self. So our guy Resma is going to stand there and be like, "Help!" And the thing kind of looks at him, and clearly, on some level, takes some level of sympathy. I reckon this will be at a cost. So I think the cost will be an element of their adventuring gear. So it's like I can help you if you provide me with those glistening baubles of joy that you have there, pointing at Resma's bag of marbles, and he's like, sure, and he gives them the marbles, and they blow onto his face, and his hallucination is no longer about. So no more hallucinating barbarian wandering around in the darkness. And yeah, we're gonna get. Can we get a clue out of this, right? We were free. No, not the beautiful plant. It's like, I'm afraid I know nothing. I was abandoned. I was abandoned here long ago, and I have spent my time since sat here weeping until I saw you, and I thought, a fellow lost soul. And Erasmus like, yes, I was lost, but I've now found stairs going down, which will take me to where I need to be. And, where is that? And like, down, always more down. Well, I wish you luck. Try not to be eaten. He's like, haha, of course I will not be eaten. And I think that is, so if we put like in here, like a little encounter, and we'll think about exactly what that beastie is at some point, and we'll probably draw some little doodles of them. And I'll save it there, right? Beep, boop, save the game. Saved game saved. So thank you for spending your morning with the Saturday Morning Club here with Dungeon Slime, looking after all of your most troublesome and dangerous children whilst attempting not to get murdered in a dungeon. It's been a pleasure. It was fun. People even talked. That was great. That was a first. I've got to add a new challenge on Twitch. I managed to get my first viewer. Oh, how happy I was. Not viewer, follower. That's the one. So let's see if we can get a second, third, fourth, maybe even a fifth follower on Twitch. That would be amazing. So yeah, it was fun. I've had fun. I'm ill. I'm going to go somewhere and be ill. And probably sink some battleships. So with that done, have fun. It's been a pleasure. Have a great time. Enjoy your Saturday. Or Sunday, if it's you at Sumi and you're still here, and or anyone else who's in the distant lands to the east, have a good night and good luck with your Sunday. And as said, stay inside. It's safest inside. There's no illness in there. Don't go outside.